in a quiet alleyway of Whitetail City, a young tabby named Miso grew up beneath flickering street lamps and the occasional kindness of passing paws. His mother, Luna, was once a loving and gentle stray who nursed him through the coldest nights, whispering promises of a better life. But things changed. When Miso was barely 6 moons old, Luna met Jasper, a large, smooth-talking tomcat with shiny fur and sharp eyes. He lived on the edge of the nicer neighborhoods and promised Luna security and affection. Swayed by his charm and tired of struggling alone, Luna left the alley and her son behind. She told herself Miso would be fine. "He's strong. He'll survive," she said, though her voice cracked as she walked away. A week later, out of guilt, she returned and brought him to Jasper's den, a rundown shed behind a bakery. Miso was hopeful, believing it marked a fresh start. But the moment they arrived, Jasper's eyes darkened. "This little runt?" he scoffed. "I thought you were done with the street life." From that day on, life became a nightmare. Luna shrank under his glare. "He's just a kitten. He needs us." But Jasper made it clear, Miso wasn't welcome. Jasper rarely allowed Miso to eat, growling every time he approached the shared bowl. "You eat what you catch," he'd hiss, even though Miso was too small to hunt. When Luna tried to intervene, Jasper would lash his tail and pace menacingly until she backed down. Soon, the bullying turned into swipes across the face, cruel scratches that bled beneath Miso's thin fur. Jasper would push him out into the cold at night, claiming he needed to toughen up. Luna, paralyzed by fear and desperate to keep peace, said nothing. Her silence rang louder than Jasper's roars. Weeks passed. Miso grew thinner, quieter, his once bright eyes dulled by pain and betrayal. Neighbors in the alley began to notice. One ginger stray, Taffy, found Miso curled in a trash bin, shivering and bruised, with a gash over his eye and ribs too prominent to ignore. She carried him to the nearest cat hospital. The vet cat's T, he flinched at every touch, but never spoke badly of his mother. Not once. Word spread quickly. Authorities from the Feline Protection League launched an investigation. When they found Miso's tiny paw prints leading back to Jasper's den, they confronted the Tom. Jasper tried to bluff his way out, but his temper flared and that was enough. He was arrested for abuse, neglect, and endangerment. Luna was found hiding under the porch, eyes wide with guilt and grief. She tried to see Miso at the hospital, but he refused. "Maybe one day," he said quietly, "but not now." Miso remained at the hospital until he healed, then was taken in by a kind old Tom named Barley, who taught him to fish, hunt, and smile again. Though scars lined his body, they didn't define him. Miso grew strong, not just in body, but in heart. And in the hush of moonlit nights, he'd sometimes whisper, not in anger, but in hope. "For every kitten left behind, may you find the strength to run and the kindness to heal."